Greyzone Warfare. My name is Jakub. I'm the community manager here. I'm joined by Marek Rabas, the creative director of Greyzone Warfare and the CEO of Madfinger Games. And today we come to you with exciting information. We have a bunch of really cool announcements, one of which is what to expect in the upcoming update 0.3. And we're also going to be looking at the entire roadmap because we have done some reprioritization, and I think that you guys have a lot to look forward to. So that's what's coming later on this stream. What I want to also tease is that we have very exciting guests joining us today. We have NoiceGuy and Klean from the representatives of the streamer community and the content creators. And we also have Ty, who's our community game master, who's putting together community streams and community events. So he's going to be joining us as well. And we're going to be talking about what we're going to reveal in just a couple of minutes. That's the first part of the stream, and the exciting part, which I'm really nervous about, is that we're going to be doing a massive PvP event, this time on a custom server, so there's going to be some crazy rules. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pitching creators and community against us, the devs. So yeah, that is going to be fun, I think, I hope. So yeah, look forward to that in the second part of the stream. But now, without further ado, let's start. Let's start. Marek is reading the chat here. Let's start talking about what's coming to Greyzone Warfare. How do you want to start? Do we start by revealing the new name of the update?
Yeah. Hey guys, happy to see you. Yeah, I'm already smiling because I finally can tell you some news, and you know, I was like really fighting to give you a lot of them. So
yeah, and
it's going
I was
to be
fighting
exciting
to keep it a little bit.
But I win.
Yeah. Mara is going to spill all the beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start by revealing what is the name of the update.
Yeah. So please.
Okay, so the previous name was the update 0.3 was called Dark Revelations, and the primary focus was about lore and storytelling. We, in the meantime, have been listening to a lot of your guys' feedback and some of the content creators' feedback as well, some of the content creators that are going to appear here on the stream as well. And we've taken all of that feedback on board, and like I said, we reshuffled our priorities a little bit. That means that right now, what you're looking at is outdated roadmap, and we will show you how we fixed it. We switched the Dark Revelations with the Elite Operator updates, and the Elite Operator update is now called Winds of War. Winds of War because we're going to be focusing on adding weather, of course. We have teased that number of times. But of course, the main focus of this update is going to be PvP gameplay. We know that this is something that you guys have been calling for ages, at least, you know, the big chunk of the community. And we want to, of course, cater to you guys as well. So this is the focus. Lore is coming later this year. We're reading the chat. People seem excited. So let's talk about Winds of War, eh?
Yes. The only thing which I don't agree completely is not only main focus is not PvP, okay? There is a lot of changes in the game. One of these is the PvP, but I think it will be really exciting for the PvE guys, but it will be also exciting for the PvP because this is what we want to improve, you know. So let's start with the beginning. Or
yes,
not? Yeah,
let's start because now we can actually say it. We have a giveaway, guys.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
If you put into the chat Winds of War with spaces, you are entering a giveaway raffle for a copy of Greyzone Warfare, which is the winners are going to be announced at the very end of the stream after the event. So let's go, Winds of War. Okay, Mara. It's time to start revealing stuff.
Okay, so as Jakub said, we are doing the change.
One word? Sorry, one word, guys. I apologize. It is one word. Winds of War, one word. Sorry
okay. Always a mess. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Madfinger. You know, it's mad sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the Jakub said, we make the changes based on the community and some other like the guys and even the internal thing. I have to admit that I was a little bit wrong because I wanted to focus on the lore and like to build the game around it like the first time. But I think you are right. Like you need more work there. You need more like the excitement. You need more like the stuff, and the game is still like a little bit clunky and not as we want. So this is why we reshuffle these kind of the things. We are returning to the lore like the later, and it's still like the one of my favorite like the thing which should happen in the game. So first we are starting with the weather. We make like some really cool stuff. It's like uh, it's very hard to like the work with our guys. We are always talking. We are always talking about like the focus on the gameplay. We don't need to have the like the super polished stuff, like the really great visual fidelity, and this is what happened. So like I am super excited. When I saw it like the first time, I said like the fuck. Oh, sorry, whatever, and like hey, this is so cool, and when you see it in the movement, it's even better. So this is what we are trying to achieve, like the realistic weather, which looks really cool and also affecting the gameplay. We are trying to, we are digging and we are working with some company to get the data for the weather in the laws, and we're trying to implement them inside the game. We're trying to have the seasons, we're trying to have the different type of the weather. So it's coming like from the like the sunset, or sun, sunny stuff, dry season, and it's coming to the like the really storms, which is flooding almost everything. So it's like not only like the making the puddles and visual effects, but the rice fields are also going like the be more filled with the water. The river are now changing mostly to the like the more like the muddy stuff, but later it will also like to move the level, because not all the banks in the rivers are prepared, and it will take us like a lot of more time. So we need to like have the more time to like fix it, and then the rivers will also go up. This means also some changes in the gameplay, because you will not be able to cross them. So this is what we are looking, that everything has the impact on the gameplay, and it's like giving you some like the new meta, or different gameplay. So in the weather and with the storm and with all the sounds and everything, the game will be different. You will hear like the less. Uh, I think I am not sure if in this update, but AI will be also affected by the weather and by the like the drops, and the loudness in the jungle, so they will hear less. The problem with the loudness or noises now is we have only ranges for the noises. We don't have uh, the volume, or decibels.
Is that a engine problem or?
Yeah, this is not implemented in the engine, and we need to like to change it. So then later we will do like the more stuff, because I want like the AI is like the, how to say it, like the ohlušení.
Like deafened?
Yeah, by something like the shooting, whatever, rain, and they are hearing like the less, of course. So that's like the what you see in the weather. I think I said like the most. And like we will reveal more informations, and we will like before the game release, we will of course like to show you more. You see some kind of the details, like the what is coming in the next hours. You will see it also in the map. You will see on the servers, so you can prepare. You can choose like what you want, if you want to play in the sunny or like in the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we are doing.
I would just add here that, of course, weather is one thing, but also in combination with the previous update where we introduced the day and night cycle, when these things combine and you have night and a night storms, for example, that is a complete game changer. Like things are going to be, your experience is going to be affected by the weather and the time of day that you're going to go out on a mission in.
Okay, so I think this is the weather. And I hope that we didn't fire all the ammo.
No, I'm sure we not.
So now, let's talk about the changes. First, we are changing the game flow a little bit. So currently, you have to. It's really clunky. It's not like what we want. So currently, you have to always extract back to the FOB finish the tasks, get the new task, and almost like the 90% you are returning to the same spot. So we said like okay, this is not how we want to do it. So we said like okay, you will be able to finish the task when you are on the raid outside of the FOBs, get the new tasks and continue, So you don't need to wait for the heli. You can continue with this kind of the stuff. So
thank God, people are saying.
Okay, perfect. I'm happy. So that's leading to the next stuff. Because we want to have the map more dynamic, and we in the past were thinking about the overrunning and capturing the camps of the bandits. We were not able to do it because there is so many quests. So we decided that we are putting combat outposts there. So we have a lot of combat outposts inside the map, which you can conquer and like take as your own. There is 2 levels of them. One is like the minor cop, which is like the guarded by the few guys, and there is 9 big cops, which are like the properly set up in the game. In the future, we will use them for the faction dominance, but now it's mostly about the respawning and restocking. In the PvE and PvP mode, so mostly in the PvP mode, the faction can fight for them. So you capture them, your guards will spawn there, and it's yours. When the other faction is attacking, they have to like defend or kill the NPCs. When they are in the a little bit closer proximity, the respawning is like not allowed anymore, and you are respawning somewhere like the farther, and then they are fighting for it. So it also should promoting some kind of the PvP. There is also like it's also serving from some other stuff. If you want to attack the FOB, like the main base, it's wise like to capture the first like some kind of the cops, and then you have the closer respawn and you can initiate some crazy fights like around the FOBs, So let's see how it will works. And of course, it's also visible for the other players, like who is defending the FOB or some other factions, some other cops. So they will see it. The operator will say something about it, like not so often, but like they will warn you, and you can just initiate the fight. Of course, when you die, you can choose like going to the nearest like the cop or respawn in the FOB. So you have to choose, So this will lead to some other stuff. This is leading to another like the changes that like we are adding a lot of more quests on the map, So currently, when you finish the city, they open, for example, in the bunker like some kind of the mission, and it immediately open the heli like the land zones, and you were traveling there. Now it's starting to be like we want with any other like the MMO. It opened the quest there. But you have to go. You can go like for example, to the left side from the Mitras, and fulfill the other tasks which are around. Some of them are like on the demand. Some of them are like already given by the NPCs to you, and you just continue to exploring. We are adding a lot of more buildings, farms, and some other stuff to explore during the way, and so it's like the world is like the populated. Another thing, which is like
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
We have plenty of questions here. How is this going to work in PvE?
The cops, very easy. The cops will be there, of course. The only first guys who are trying to like capture it will have to defend the AI, and then it's theirs. When the other faction is coming, there is no NPC guards. They will just capture it. So they will share it because you are friends. You are in the PvE. So you have to just like somebody from your faction has to go there, capture it. That's all. So then it's shareable between the factions. You see on the map like what you really own, what is yours. Then you see like something what is neutral, and then you see like what is still run by the AI. So it's like it's good like also for the PvE. Of course, I forget the big cops has the special vendors. They will be randomly selected on the 2 cops. You have to find them, capture it, and then you have the access to the special vendor, which will have some special stuff for you. You will see like you know, in the future.
Yeah, we will not reveal so much about the vendor right now.
I won't, but you know, they are going to kill me, and there will not be next stream. You know,
yes.
so
no, well, we encourage you to keep track with the development. We're going to obviously be revealing everything on our social media, but yeah, the vendor, there is a reason why you would like this vendor on your side.
Okay, so the next thing is that because people were saying that there is no PvP, and we think there is like some kind of the PvP, but nobody knows about it. That's like the problem, because you're just hearing the fight. So we like to introduce some small thing, and this is the PvP zones. So when somebody is starting to attacking the another faction, we create the PvP zone around it, and then the fight is allowed there, and you will receive the even the experience or whatever. This zone will like to stay for the 10 minutes and or 5 minutes after the there is no any shooting, but it's like the something what is happening, you know. So it can be like the even like the multiple zones around it, you know. It can just like the starting somewhere and will show you where the fight and conflicts are. So it's like it's something like in the real life, you know. The you know, we are competitors, then some shit happens, you know, then it's going for the revenge, and then another revenge, and the war like never changes, and until all the guys are dead, you know, or fed up with it, then the peace is like again, you know, here. So, so this is what we want. So if somebody started shit, you know, then the PvP is like allowed, and if not, you know, then you know the first guy who is starting the fight is not like is not rewarded, because it's basically against the rules, you know. But like after that, you know, all this shit is happening, you know. It's we tried. It looks like really cool, and we enjoy it, you know, which lead to another problem which we have, and this is the friend and foe, you know, stuff. So we are working on it. There will be, you know, I don't want to reveal. Can I say it?
I mean, this one is such a thing that people are complaining about so often that I feel like, yeah, let's tell them.
So okay, thank you. Okay, so friend and foe system, you know, we create like the one which was working really well until we introduced the cops and PvP zones. So we decided to create even the better one, but because we don't want to have the some like the crazy bands, you know, or like the, you know, different like the characters on the
or heaven forbid, you know, UI on top of your head
and reveal the opponents. So we decided that you will see the bands only from your faction. So everybody who has the band, I don't know if yellow, black, whatever, you know, then it's
not
like
black, probably.
I'm joking, you know, then you will see it. If there is no band, you can kill him, you know, that's all. So it's like I think it's working as we want. Let's see, we are iterating this process and we are testing it, and if it will work, we will release it, and like you know, in this kind of the way. But it's subject to the change because it's still in the development and in the testing and play testing.
Yeah, that's where you guys come in as well. Test it, let us know how it feels, and we will adapt based on that, because yes, we're developing the game with you guys.
Yep. So there is like I'm allowed to say like the 3 more things, you know. So because you were complaining that you are not able to find your body, and somebody from you somewhere, I think on the YouTube, has the idea about the Apple tags, and this was a cool idea. So we implemented it. You are able to buy the, I don't know how we call it, like the tags.
A tracker.
Trackers, you know. Then you will be able to apply it on a lot of like the different items. When you apply it, it's starting to counting some time, so it's working for the 3 hours, for example. Then, if somebody will kill you and loot this particular item, you will see it on the map. So this is this yellow stuff, you know. And you can like find him, you know. But of course, you can use it as the bite and waiting for you, you know, and whatever. So there could be like the interesting stuff like the 2 happens, you know. The only thing is how to remove it. So he will also like the Apple tags are working that like you in the 5 minutes on your phone, like you have the message, like somebody has the tag around you. So he will receive this kind of the message, but he don't know like what kind of the item it is, you know. So then he needs to like sell it, or he needs to put it like in the stash, and that is stopping to tracking. That's like what is it? Which leading to some other stuff.
This is your favorite part.
Yeah, mortars. Guys, you will be able to call the mortar support, because we think that we need like some kind of the very expensive items, and the mortar round is very expensive. It's costing like the $10,000, something like that. At least the mortar rounds for our mortars.
Mm-hmm.
Then could be like the several of them. First, we are going to implement the on a high explosive. You will be able to call them. There are 3 types based on the charges. If you know how the mortar rounds is working, and you will be able to call them like to some spot. There is only like there is range, so you are not able to call it to another of FOBs. You will be probably not able to call it even on the higher, like on the farther AOE. And also it's taking some time because it's properly simulated. This means that it will probably take around 20 seconds, until they arrive, and that's going to be really cool. So you can use it even like with the AirTag.
Let's revisit the scenario where somebody steals your weapon that is tagged and then tries to set up an ambush for you.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, mortar shells are falling on your head.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you can like do that. You are like cleaning your landing base, or you are calling it for the support, for some like the big fights, whatever. There is only one prohibition, or I don't know how to say it. You cannot call it like when your friends are around it. So if the faction member is in the proximity range of the explosion, it will be like the negative.
Blue on blue.
Yeah. And yeah, but it's working. So let's see how it will work and how much fun it will be. And I think you will enjoy it. Later we will do like the smoke grenades or small smoke mortars rounds, and the flare one. So we'll be able to lighten like the big one. But we need to develop the technology for it, because like creating big smoke with just the Unreal Engine particles will probably not work as we want, and it will decrease the stuff. So the last thing is the AI and the health. So that I was discussing it with the guys on the Reddit, and yeah, the truth is that we are not calling or not. There is like a lot of stuff what is in their brain, but we are not properly communicated it. So then it sounds like that they are stupid or cheating or whatever. So we are working on some kind of the readability, of the AI. So we are adding some animations. We are adding the critical movement animations. So when they are injured, so they are limping more. They are checking their different injuries, whatever.
Or organs.
Yeah. We are adding some stunning, so the flashbangs will finally work on them. And we are also fixing the health system, because there is big issue with the guts, and because there was no organ. So then like they can survive billions of the hits, if you were unlucky. So now we are adding the guts, which of course will not work like the one hit is killing you, killing him. But this means that several of them will definitely put him out. And
can you maybe even explain? I saw somebody in the chat asking about it. Headshots not being lethal.
Okay, so
that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, headshots are like the deadly, but sometimes what I saw from the screenshots, they are ricocheted from the school, So because we are like simulating the school, the problem with the AI is that for them is only the scratch, This means that they are not reacting properly. So we in the future we will implement the knockdown. And now we will just implement something different, which is just playing some animation, so you see like what is happening, And they will be basically stunned for some period, or like confused, and then they will start to fight again. In the future, it will be just knockdown. So if they survive the headshot for some reason, because it's just ricochet, they will just go down. And we will also work a lot in the next update on the reaction on the different effects, because we have a lot of effects in the game which are like the affecting the player, but AI is not reacting. So we will do it, but it's coming in the future. Of course, there is more guns, some kind of the other stuff.
What we're talking about right now is the very tip of the iceberg. There's a bunch of other stuff, but we're going to be revealing that over time.
Definitely. I can speak probably 2 hours or 3 hours about all the changes which we are implemented. We saw them. Yes, yes. We saw them. I'm like so surprised, like how much work we can do and how much we are changing the game, how it's improving. So let's like the cross fingers. Like the mad fingers. And yeah, so let's see. We are like often, like previews. We have a lot of quality of the life improvements, and a lot of other stuff. So let's see.
Yeah, like Mara said, like we are reading literally everything that you guys write anywhere. That is, that goes without saying, and we know what you guys want and what you guys don't want. So that's why we're here talking about it.
Yep. And yeah, whatever. No, I stop. Okay. There is a lot of changes, including the restocking stuff, like the improving the economy, improving the looting, we have like a lot of different new interactions.
Stop.
Okay, so yep, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, guys, so what is going to happen now? Like, we have revealed...
And do you want to say about the localizations or not?
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
No. Hey. So we finally will have the localization. We are supporting another 1 billion of the languages.
I can say which languages there are. There's 11 of them. So we're supporting Korean, Italian, German, French, Spanish, Czech, Turkish, Japanese, simplified Chinese, Polish, and Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese.
Yeah. So I think like it's cool for the people.
Let Mara cook.
Go away. Hey, this is the first time somebody loves me more than Jakub.
That's not true.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
thanks.
Let's stop.
Let's stop here because we have people that would like to talk about what we just revealed, right? I teased already that we have special guests coming to join the stream. Some of these guests were part of this feedback loop that we're doing with the community. So I would like to invite right now on the stage 3 really amazing guys. One of them is called Klean, one of them is called NoiceGuy, and one of them is called Ty. Klean and NoiceGuy are content creators and streamers, and Ty is our community leader. So guys, welcome. So yeah, what do you guys think about the reveals? Let's start with Klean because like I said, I know that you have been hyping your chat for quite some time. What do you think?
I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, I remember, 3 months ago, me, NoiceGuy, and Operator Drewski and some other creators, we had to have like a call with Marek and kind of have a harder conversation about like the roadmap for the game. And really, Gray Zone, I think, as like a game that's advertising itself as a faction, type warfare game, it needs to have features and mechanics that incentivize that type of gameplay. And so, seeing all of these changes coming in and you guys being so receptive to not only like my feedback, but everybody else's, I think is incredibly important. And it's just going to be really awesome. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. And also thank you for talking some sense into Mara, I guess, on the call because, yeah, he did listen to you guys. So, yeah, thank you for that. What do you think, NoiceGuy?
Oh, absolute goosebumps. So this during the stream, and even though we've already known about this for a few days, this is exactly what I wanted to see from a game like this. And truly, when it comes to these first-person shooter games that are in a open world aspect, the thing that I value most is that you don't know what's around each corner. And this is something that you guys really mastered with already starting with the open world, with the aspects of the maybe you're going to run into a faction of a player from a certain faction, or maybe you're going to run into a friendly. You're not quite sure what's going on in that location until you get there. And this is going to amplify keeping players in the location so that you don't actually know if that is friend or foe around that corner. And I thought that was really important. And I'm glad to see that you guys went the direction that you did. Super excited.
Awesome. also super cool to hear. And Ty, last but not least, what do you think this is going to do for the community who enjoys the game already? But with these changes, what do you think is going to happen?
I think these changes are going to be, huge for the community. A lot of players that I see are always looking for PvP. They're hopping servers for it, and it's always at a few specific areas. So with all the capturable fobs now, and not knowing where you could run into someone anywhere on the map now, and I think that's going to be huge for PvP, and it's going to help the replayability, and especially late in the updates where a lot of people have finished the tasks. This is going to give them a lot of new stuff to do and keep them playing.
Yeah, awesome. Hey,
I totally agree.
Thanks, guys, for your initial reactions. Now the time is yours to ask any questions you guys want to the mastermind.
You want to go in that order? Klean, you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, questions, I guess. I mean, moving forward, because I know, Marek, you're really big on the lore and like a lot of the storytelling on the world. I'm really curious on what you think, like, how do you think everybody's going to be reacting to a lot of like these like more lore focused updates and things that are going to basically lead us towards more like the ground zero portion of the game? And like, because I know there's obviously a lot of spoilers there, you can't go too deep, but I think that's the stuff that honestly kind of interests me a lot.
We want to have the world like the exciting and like the being rewarded by the exploration. I think we can talk about a lot of like the stories. I want to have some kind of the message in the game and reflect the current world, which means that we will have to adapt it again because everything is changing the last few like the weeks. And I don't know how to say it, but I love like the one game which really use really good like the storytelling and environment storytelling about a lot of stuff which I don't want to reveal. I think when we will introduce it, you will probably find out which game like the
You've been playing.
I've been playing, or like the which like the
What affected?
Yeah, which I was affected by, and I think that players should be rewarded for everything what they are doing. Like not so much, but always like something which is worth. It's like this is one of the game premise that you are doing something when you are playing by the rules, then you are rewarded by it, by whatever, and then you just continue. So this means that it has to be, and it's not. The game was never about the PvP and mindless like those shooting and running around. I said it like several times. I love the games like the Ultima Online in the past, and you were able to do anything there. And if you became the board with some stuff, you can do something different. Then you do something a little bit different, do something with your friends, or focus on the PvP, or focus on the treasure hunting or whatever, or waiting for the building collapse. And you were just living there. And this is what I would love to have in the game, that you are just living there and you can do anything what you want. The issue is that we said that we will reveal the ground zero and all this stuff around the ground zero in the 1.0. So we have to wait. I'm still like would be happy to have some kind of the anomalies here and there, or showing some kind of the premises or promises about it. But maybe it's still better to do it like in the 1.0. So it's like the big game. Everybody try it like from the first time. Yeah. And let's see.
Yeah, like a new game, even for those that have already experienced it.
Now it's like still currently like what is it? It's more like the mail sim with whatever. But yeah, I think like what we develop, like the tools which we want to use for the storytelling, it's really cool, and the people will be excited. It's not only about the reading some text.
Totally, yeah. I mean, I think having like a sandbox type of environment, like you said, Ultima Online, where players can really focus on their own type of gameplay loop, and they're not necessarily stuck with one specific type of gameplay loop to go through, and they can just kind of figure out how they want to play. Like you said, like maybe you have players who want to go into ground zero and that's all they do, players who just compete and capture points, players who just want to focus on PvE and questing or doing events. And I think that type of stuff is really awesome.
Yep. It's not so easy because like we want to that you are going to the left side or right side or even the upper side. Can somebody take you? And we need to still keeping with the following the storyline and the quest and somehow open it or skip it. And you know, it's not like the completely like the perfect because we cannot keep the like the perfect line for the storytelling, and we have to count it, and we have to count with the sandbox so the people can do anything what they want. But yeah, it's like we're trying our best, and I think it will be cool. The problem why we decided to like the postpone it is that it's a lot of work and it's only for once, you know. So you don't care about the storyline like like the exploration and seeing the stuff which we saw when you already saw it. So this is why we like to move more to the sandbox like the feature, and this is like the cops, you know, and all this like the PvP stuff and some other things to for the guys to have the more fun during the development.
Okay. To keep the order, NoiceGuy, is there something that you'd like to know from Mara?
Yeah, this is I think this is more of along lines of just let Mara explain, because on this end of things, or on the community side of things, who haven't been in these discussions yet, I think it's good to see that everybody is going to have a direction now. So if you want to do the PvE stuff, you're going to have clear direction to go and do that PvE stuff. If you want to do PvP stuff because you find it more interesting, you find it more exciting, or you're just done with the PvE side of things for that day or that gameplay session, that you have a clear direction to go and do that. And I think it would be good to just hear a little bit about what your guys, and I know you just spoke a lot about lore, but in terms of direction, in terms of what you guys value in gameplay between PvE and PvP, what's your take on, you know, the remainder of the development?
I will just return to something what you said because we forget about one thing to reveal.
Oh God, what is it?
The real-time tasks.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah, dude, that's huge.
That may
yes.
that may or may not have been why I said that. Hey,
Because I'm so afraid to say anything, you know. So
it's like nobody's going to punish you. You're the CEO.
Hey, we introduced some like the one more thing, you know, because we don't want to that the people are only playing. You know, that what I was saying in the past. Like the people were asking for the daily missions. You know, I hate like the daily missions, like the daily quest, putting somewhere and do like the 5 kills, whatever, find a few stuff. So we decided to have the real-time tasks, and they will be available on the map. There will be two of them in the future, 3 of them. First is like for the solo players. Second one is like for the squads. It will work like in this way that you see it on the map, like every faction has their own, maybe in the same location, and you will take this task. The time will start to run. You know, I don't know, 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever, and you have to fulfill them to that time. Think it about like the solo is for the solo, like the very easy 5 guys, whatever, 6 guys, just for the fun. So you don't need to play the storyline. You know, whatever, you can do what you want. The squad, it will be more difficult, it will be more under the pressure. Some it could happen because we will make another faction like the guys to do stuff. We're trying to make it more like a little bit different than just like kill the 50 guys around it, so you don't clear all the area for the others, and think about them more about the raids, and it should be like the mastered, you know. So it's like you have to know the location, you have to know where to do, or you will not be like able to fulfill them. And then you have to be like in some extractions, like the spot, finish the task, and everybody will get the reward. So the squads has finally something for them what they can do, and just like start to play and just have the fun, you know. They don't need to like move around and thinking who has some type of the quest and where to go, so you can just enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah, so solo tasks, squad tasks, and in the future?
And in the future we will have the faction task, which will be run by the operator, some kind of the dynamic, and they will say like to go there and, for example, conquer this cop, you know, or something else, you know. So it's like and we will move the few factions like there, and they will just fight for it, or like to think about some other ideas like how to do it. So that's like what we are planning.
And now back to the question, like PvP versus PvE long term in the future, like.
I think the game was always like the meant for the PvE PvP, and you know, it's always was like the something like the like Ultima Online. You know, everything was allowed. All the like in the real life, you know, it's not like the completely war that we are all the mads, you know, and like they're fighting each other and trying to kill each other. It should be on the player, like the decision. I know that it's not good for the influencers because they want to like show their skills, you know, and whatever. But I was more enjoying the stuff like in the Ultima that you are under constant pressure, and when you see somebody you are afraid of him, you know, and you're trying to run away or whatever. If you are pissed off, then you are going to fight, whatever, like that. But you still have to right to defend yourself. If somebody is yelling at you, you can kill him, you know. That's like the life is there, you know. And but we are thinking about like how to maybe do like the different kind of the PvP. Maybe in the future we will create some kind of the mod and like just allow all the players like to remove the AI and just we already tested, and we didn't talk about the custom servers, but we are working on the custom servers that people will be able, like the first it will be mostly by us or by the influencers, but they will be able to change the settings of the game and customize it. So we tested that we can run around the 126 players when we remove the AI, and it's still running well. So there could be like the big mess, you know. So we can do it. We're still thinking about it, but we still need to build the pillars, you know, there which are missing. And yeah, so yeah, I just don't want to make it like the Arma or like the squad or whatever, you know. It's
yeah,
it's too easy for us.
Oh God, this is gonna get us in trouble. NoiceGuy, I don't know if this answers your question, but we tried.
No, it's solid. I truly think that you guys have found a good middle ground where, like I mentioned, you go in a direction whether you want PvE or PvP, but there's always a risk of a player being there. There's always something that you should, you know, be worried about. It keeps you on your toes. So I think you guys are doing the right thing, and it seems really cool. I'm excited.
To kind of segue into that as well, like I think in any game that has PvE, the PvE should be like the main like focus to incentivize PvP. In other words, like you want to compete over it. Like, you know, I'm sure a lot of us have played Arma Wasteland before, and we all know what it's like trying to go to a helicopter crash site that gets marked on the map. Your squad's trying to go get it, and then other squads are moving in trying to compete over it, and that creates a really interesting engagement because you're not just fighting for no reason. You're fighting over something, and that's where I feel like that direction can come from with incentivizing PvP in a way that's not just let's just go kill each other just for the sake of it.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think it will end like with some kind of because we have the PvE mode only, then we have the PvE PvP. I think in the future there will be PvP only. You know, a lot of guys like already heard it like the first time, like in my company in our company. So, but I think it's like it's not natural process.
Well, so just to be clear on that, it's you'll keep the PvE servers and the PvEVP servers, but it'll just be considered PvP for the second server, and you're still keeping the PvE servers, or is there just going to be one server?
Oh, there will be 3 of them, you know.
Great.
Like the PvE, PvE, PvP, and PvP.
Gotcha.
No, that's good because it caters to any.
This is just like we just brainstorm it, you know.
Yeah. It's like the designers are always like a little bit terrified because sometimes we're designing on these streams, and that can be a little bit problematic.
But it's better.
Right. It's better for well. Okay, I want to also give the word to Ty because Ty is here representing the community and the community events. Now also us revealing the fact that we're going to be experimenting with the custom servers. Ty, do you have anything to ask about that? Maybe comment.
I mean, mainly, I'm extremely happy to hear about kind of how you guys are doing the capturable fobs now. It's going to generate a lot of PvP throughout the map, and it's not going to be mainly how it has been, where it's all been over at Fort Nerith primarily. When it comes to, I had a question in regards to the custom servers of will we be able to see the community events that we run shipped over to those custom servers to where we can have more players in, where we can have, no AI, and we can not deal with some of the ping issues that we've been having in the past and kind of get more people involved in those.
Want to answer that?
No.
Okay, I can then.
No, the thing is we're planning to support the first version of the custom servers in this update, running mostly by us and by selected, I think, the VIPs, the influencers or creators or streamers. They will be able even invite their community to that server. We are starting with the several simple settings, like the no AI, this kind of the stuff. The progress from the custom servers are not saved, so it's not like the killing something or like the damaging something or breaking something. We will slowly build a lot of parameters that people will be able to use and customize the server. So because it's very hard to support the modding for us now, so the people cannot do something what they want. So we will try to do it by this way. I think in the future we will open it for the everybody. Just have to rent it, and do what they want on these servers.
But I would just add that yes, we haven't forgotten. We want to give a chance to the community game masters to play around with this as well. So we're going to give you that first iteration of access, and we're going to expand what you guys can create in terms of game modes and stuff like that as we move forward.
We're talking about some features as the experimental, even this kind of the stuff around the co-ops and the PvP is mostly experimental. Not everything will be super polished as we want, because we want to just put it there as fast as possible and have the fun, see how the community is reacting, what they are saying, then continue to build it. This is what we are doing with a lot of other features. The custom servers are also around it, so it's they're just starting, emerging, and let's see.
All right, guys. So because the time is pressing a little bit, I would just ask you just a little fun exercise at the very end. If you could name one thing that you feel like the game would benefit from your point of view as a content creator, what would your audiences like to see? As a game master, what would the community like to see? Klean, let's start with you. What would you like to see in Gray Zone Warfare in the future?
I mean, I know I've talked about this a lot, and I know it's such a big technical task to do, but I would love to see ground vehicles, not like APCs or tanks or anything like that, but just I want a little moped or dirt bike or ATV or Polaris or something. I just think ground vehicles would be pretty awesome in general, and I feel like that would be really good for just the overall flow. But I know that's a huge task, and I know it's a big ask, but I personally just think lightweight, unarmored Vics would be really fun in Gray Zone.
Don't smile.
No comment. No comment.
No.
I know.
Yeah.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, I understand. I know why you are asking for it, and I think I'm in the current state I'm missing the vehicles too, because there is a lot of empty places and you have to run everywhere. We are also I vote on Readability.
We don't have to go in depth on this, but
yeah, but it's not it's out of our power now. We have to build the vehicles and all these simulations around it. We have a really good guy here for it, because he made all the vehicles in the Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, all the physics and everything. So he's super great at that. But it's not something like that, and he's also very good on the ballistic and some other stuff. So I think it's the more important stuff for him.
If you guys remember the infamous race in Mafia 1, this is the guy.
No,
Okay.
this is not.
What?
He made the physics, not the AI.
No, but this is why it was so difficult to win it.
Ballistic is best.
He is the best. I'm not saying he's not. He's the best. NoiceGuy.
There is one story from the development of the Mafia 1, Okay, can I make it?
Go ahead.
So he made it so cool that everybody was playing it instead of working on the Mafia 1. So he decided that there is limitation of the fuel, and everybody has to come to him, and he has to give them fuel,
Okay.
So it was good times.
Cool. All right, nice guy. What's that one thing that you would like to see in Grey Zone Warfare?
Right, pie in the sky. I think it'd be cool if it was either a device or a event of some kind where there would be jammers up for communications. So it basically turns it into a limited time, like a hardcore mode. Basically, everything that you are able to see is what you have for information. Nobody knows where you are. You don't know where anybody else is, and yeah, that's basically it. Like
That's
jam communications,
interesting.
jam stuff.
We can do even the hardcore mode, like the when you die, you die.
Like in real life.
Like no, in real life.
The hardest
be
of
cool,
hardest
too.
mode.
But you basically like the no respawning, you know. So if you want, like we can
Right.
do this.
Basically, the way I see it is like if you're about to ambush somebody, you can toss that. It's playing off of like the PvP zones basically. So if you want to ambush somebody and you want to invest some more money to make sure it's particularly like deadly, then jam the area, jam with it, whether it be some kind of device or a grenade, or again maybe it's some kind of unique event where somebody put up jammers and forgot to turn it off. I don't know, but yeah, so something like that I think would be really interesting.
Yeah, I think the some kind of the hardcore mode is like the something what we are seeing in the any other game or like the other games, and it's something what we can like to think about it later.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for that. Ty, what about you, man?
So I mean, I don't think it's really any secret that a lot of people have complained about AI or how they haven't died on a lot in the Discord. Is there one thing I would love to see is the death screen when you're looting a body, potentially saying the caliber that you were killed by or who killed that player, kind of a bit more information on how that player or AI died, because that would, I feel like, alleviate some of the questions of, I shot this guy 8 times, why didn't this AI go down?
It's already in our build. I cannot reveal and talk about it, but it's already there.
Well, there you go. It's as simple as that. Guys, I would like to once again thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you are super busy. Klean, I'm going to say goodbye to you, but NoiceGuy and Ty, you are part of the big PvP event that is going to start in just a couple of minutes. So, Klean, thank you so much for taking the time, and I'll see you
Thank
around.
you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you,
take care.
man. Nice to
You
see
have
you
been a
again.
great help for sure. Yeah. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, for all of you guys, we're going to say goodbye to Mara. Unfortunately, you're not playing.
No
the
questions from the community.
Event. We like.
I know. Like I'm leaving. Woo.
Yeah, but we'll try to answer some of those questions if there's time during the PvP event. Although I don't think that there will be much time, I guess. But yeah, we need to switch because people are waiting for us. So Mara, thank you so much for taking the time. Yeah. And we'll do it next time as well, because we will do these streams more often. We're going to invite not only Mara, but also developers who are going to be talking about their work, and maybe even like, going in depth on some of these features and some reasoning why we introduced it and so on, how it works and stuff like that. So many interesting things on the horizon. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Hey, thank you guys. Like I am so happy. Or I didn't read like everything, but I hope like the changes and the direction, where we are going. You are excited. I hope that yeah. This is Matt Finger. They kicking off the CEO. Yeah, this is how I build the company.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah. I love you, and we are doing the games for you, and I hope that you will appreciate it and give us good feedback. We don't screw it. We're trying to make it better, more optimized. We are preparing more for this, like the update, releasing the update. We will have the more time for the polishing and the bug fixing. So hopefully it will not be like in the past. And yeah, so thank you very much. I love you. See you, and yeah. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, guys.
And peace.
That's right.